began to expand slowly by slowly. I almost took up the whole shop. Until I got to a level whereby my neighbor now wasn't in the plans of shifting. So I said, I think I should get a shop. I went and the opposite occurred, and I got a shop. A full shop. I trust beyond. I can hand you over my business and it appears like it's yours. It's yours. Okay, I was saying, so we go for this fundraising. Yeah. There were loaded guys there who are paying big sums of money, like I have already told you. Yeah. The one who paid the least amount of money paid 1.5, working with Stanbic Bank. Yeah. He was employed. So this sat in my mind, and I told myself, I think I should think in lines of having my own business. I told myself it doesn't matter with how much I will start. What I will start with, number one, is the interest. Number two is putting my mind to it and giving it my all. So time came and we had dinner, and now it was time for rubbing shoulders, and so my hubby comes and he tells me, I was like, babe, let's go now. And I told him, no, I'm not gonna go. I was like, what do you mean? I mean, we came here for this. I told him, I'm not going to go. I'm not looking for a job now.
Was he employed? Was he employed?
Yeah, he was the consultant.
Yeah, okay.
At that time, the actresses, but he had many part-time jobs. I was working at Chambogo University, and he's an all-rounder. He can intend to have hands on everything. And at one point, I told him, baby, if you have hands on everything, you will never perfect what you want most. Yeah. So it's better you have few but give your all. So anyway, at that time I was part-timing there. So he tells me, well, now let us go. I told him, no, I'm not looking for a job now. Though that was the deal when I was coming from home. Yeah. And I was like, but no. Anyway, we kind of went different roads. I told him, I'll explain to you when we reach home. So we get home, and I tell him, I'm not going to look for a job again. I want to start my own business. Why? Because of such and such and such and such. When what the fundraising, this is what I noticed, and now this is what I want. He was like, fine, I'll support you in whatever it is with the little that I can. He asked me what I wanted to do, and I told him I wanted to go into deco. Because I like fashion, I like style, I like those things, they catch my eye. So there was this one lady who, she was a decorator on my function, my wedding. I go to her, I ask her, how is it done? How do you go about it and everything? And this lady was a dropout, P1 dropout. She never went to school, but she had the skill. She really had the skill. That's why I want to tell our listeners and those watching us that never despise anybody for who they are. You could be having a degree, but there was something this person knows that you do not know. There's something this person has that they can add to you and triple your blessings. So this lady tells me, this is how you do it, blah, 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 blah. So I start. She had a space in town. The space was small, not even 1 meter. 1 meter is like from here up to about here. The space was small, not even a meter wide. She was like, now you're gonna take up this place. I gave her back the money she had paid for the place. I remember I paid rent for 200,000. In the beginning, she counted for me, my husband, she counted for me how much the business would cost me to start. And then I told my husband, I told him, I was like, okay, right now I'm not doing well. Then now on that I had to pay rent. I had to buy a counter. I had to buy the way because the lady advised me if you're doing deco, space so you just cannot sit in that space and wait for people to come looking for deco. I remember when I started with that 1.5 muzeko counter, nsasudeko rent, katinenda kanika set kam akagomes. One set like this. Nenkatwala ewa the tailor. So I would go to town every day. And I would sit in front of my empty shelves. I would go to this lady's shop and nanyambisayo ka piece kusetize, so that I could cover the spaces behind to appear like those stock, but behind there was nothing. Wow. So every day I woke up to that. I would go in town and sit or transport. We were still struggling with my husband during that time, but it didn't really matter because we knew we had a future together, so we believed God was going to bless us. So I start like that, mpola. So I would go to town every day, sit in front of shelves that are empty with borrowed outfits. So if I'd get a customer and ask him, then I would run to the other lady. They should give me like a 5K. Then, with that 5K, I can knock turn attention. But I was focused and I knew I wanted to do this thing. So as time went on, fast forward, I began to, then when I get money, but one thing I made sure that I do was my relationship with the customers who came.
Wow.
I made sure as the most humble of everybody in the shop. Meanwhile, as in a shop where you sit like 8 people, and me as the fresh one from campus. When my friends used to come, I would sit behind like the desk to make sure none of my schoolmates or my campus mates met me there. Because I was a high class girl on campus, girls who are nowhere but you want to show yourself everywhere. So I kept hiding. I kept hiding below the table until time came. I was like, wait, for how long are you going to do this? Yeah. Accept who you are. Determine and focus. So I began to sit up straight with my shoulders high in front of my shelves. People would come. I would talk to them nicely. I would exchange contacts. I would make sure if you check the outfits. When you come back, I ask you, how was it? Did you feel? How did it make you look? Would you want something better next time? Please let me know before. I can still tailor it out for you, But it wasn't me doing the tailoring. I would take an order and then be on this person just to satisfy the customer's demand. So slowly by slowly, the one who started like a small shelf, a meter, after I was on a meter, I began to expand. When my neighbor would shift, I would expand. When another shifted, I would expand. God blessed me in this business. Actually, my husband supported me for just 3 months. By the time I clocked the 4th month, I told my hubby, don't support me again. I can't do this by myself. I began to expand slowly by slowly. I almost took up the whole shop until I got to a level whereby my neighbor now wasn't in the plans of shifting. So I said, I think I should get a shop. I went in the opposite arcade and I got a shop, a full shop. Slowly by slowly, but my customer base was picking up, but I made sure my rapport with my customers is good.
That's good. So I would like to know, how did you grow a business? For someone who is out there, how do you grow a business from a small business to a big business?
Number one, you have to love what you do. If you don't love what you do, it can't grow. You can't give it your whole. No matter how small you start, if you're focused and you love what you do, you will give it your best shot. Even when you don't make money today, you have hope that tomorrow it will be better. So every day you keep being positive about this business, giving it your best shot, looking out at your competitors, what they have, how do they do it?
Then money-wise, how do you handle your money?
With my money, for every business, for one to know that you're really in business, you have to get to a point whereby this business is supporting its rent. Number one, it can buy you fuel if you're driving, like I am driving. That's 2. Number 3, it can pay for your workers, and you also can pay yourself, and then you have savings. If it is not yet there, then you shouldn't be comfortable.
Oh, wow.
You shouldn't be comfortable. Yeah.
Nice one.
If it's only paying rent and the workers, and you're only getting money for a hairpiece, it's not yet good enough. You must have that money for the hairpiece. It must take care of your needs, and you save until a business gets to that point whereby it's now saving after you deducting all that you have to put in.
So that business like that usually has these road bagole that are rude. So how do you handle that? Like a customer abatawanya.
Number one, you should know that your customer is your boss. Your boss will not shout at you and you shout back. I mean, behind this person, those are a line of people. Kateno aze ayinza okanga ye mukambwe ayomba akola ki nenga gwe kakasa ebintu byogenda omuwa nti mwana abyambala nanyuma, there's somebody else who's gonna ask them, and is no wazijewa and ajaba directing, and probably ono yomlala, they're the most humble person to deal with. They even have more money than the first one. Now had you shouted back at them, you lose them, you lose the line behind them.
Another thing Rachel always told me, look at your account. If your account is growing, don't learn about someone who is not shouting at you.
No, actually, let me tell you, zinafuna bakasoma wewe batyo.
Yeah.
Ngajana buluga nayo nakola and I would be so humble. I would attend to them when they're so humble. But at the end of the day, in the evening, they walk out, they go to the taxi park to board a taxi. Yeah. And I walk out, I get into my car, I drive back home. You know, at the end of the day, you have given me my money.
Exactly.
Kati attitude yo, just akuzja kumulamwaze gwendiko.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Then Rachel, it's something that I always wanted to ask you is, your husband is in a good position. Why did you say, no, I'm going to work? Even if my husband is financially stable, why should you work? Why should a woman work?
My husband doesn't. It's not him who defines my life. It's not him. Never sentence on Nazina. Abachala, ladies, never look at your husband or go depending on financially, but it puts you not in a good place. Omuchala yena olina okubanga olina sente ezizo ezitaliko accountability. Abasajja zibako accountability, you know. You want to do your nails. Exactly. You tell him, you know, nakozisa njala mitwale on nails. They don't even see why. Nanga watch money. You need these nails. You need the lashes. You need that hair piece. You look nice with your hair, but no one like having mnaika mitwala abiri. Naye tabiraba. Because you're a woman, it is natural. You need your money. Okwe to saka ebintu bino. Ati nenshirala. Omusajja yenna anyumirwa mukyala supporting her in one way or another. Oba azeta gwata zetaga. You have needs to come home. Ngomguliddeyo boxers empya. Ngomgulidde something chata kusubira. Kaya boxers, I'm talking to level wholesale entandikwa. You know? Entandikwa. Name come like blessing that you have your money. Your husband needs to come home. Nasanga ochapa. Echipia chetaka. Nga go wali guze. Atanga chali na manyaga family. Then it is your contribution as a woman. Ontegera. Bada abachala we batu nabasajja sibangu bako bachawa. Samu maso. You don't. Kumanga nebyo changa pack your things and go. You need my house. Abantu went to wanga pack your things and go. Aizo kusiga za mwaka meza kuka. Kuwa TV go wajigula. Kuka yiyo. Microwave ntabina bibyo wa center zo. Kati no kucha wachizi mwala. Move out. Achime kama move out. Agenda kusiga za boxers na start. I'm telling you the truth.
Okay, so give me for laugh.
So abachala tukole. We need the money. It adds a lot of value to us.
Amen, exactly.
Amen.
So, Rachel, what sustains a business? What is to sustain you? Ga business here, the wadi anyway, yadi. Mukozi chiyo mutu gwaino kunonya. So, when did the business start going down? Sorry.
Now, business in Metallica going down. was when COVID hit.
Yeah.
When COVID hit, you remember, Mateka Agaita, President Yagama, Kumikolo, Tereta and Hobageni. Omugole, best man, Abagola, best man in Metron period. Kati watulanga ku weekend mungu ogenda kwambaza abantu, you know, abagenda ku mikolo. That had 2 shops in town. Okuva kale akadala akamitemu, I had 2 shops Kulum Street. Bal Bridalville. Mayinti na watu abanji na bambazaako, probably you know this face. Kati COVID were hitting and the president said tewachagala mikolo ku bantu bichi. But of course, eyapangisanga engoye empitirivu ku weekend. I mean, on average, wafanga pieces, let me say like nga 5 nezikira dala to a level of katofumyako piece 10. Slowly by slowly, things began getting worse, and musasula rent tocha mula baba abatocha abantu no kole mikolo, by the way.
Tugereze mukoko kati accent oba wali ofunanga like how much in a month? I've been told in a week.
Cut on average from one shop nafunanga million nga 3 a week. That is good money.
Yeah,
that is good money. Kubanga for business yafe yokupangiseyo bobo inengo yenungi, my dear, they will look for you.
Yes.
You would get customers ngabantu benga batano bonna besipe ku lugoye lumunenga weekend age. So because I was privileged, business yange yakula, nitaka nokulinyonyonyi nga ngenda Dubai, nengula engoye, I would go to Turkey, buy suits ez'abasajja because they also rent them, hire them out. Kalesa nga bwengenda nokugula piece nga mmeka nga nnyanga zonna zifaanagana. In that way, funo na jagala, noli mwine, you know, so I don't miss out on a coin. Nekatebe byonna nebijanga be going down. Nebanga rent temukyamulaba abantu bakyalina ku mikolo, you know, kati bango eryetoololerawo nagenda okulaba rent takyawera, amafuta kati nteeka mugange, abakozi olina basasula, so nendanga kikyo kimenya. And for those who work in town abali kwa kedizo mukimanyi bulungi nnyo nti batusasuza n'emyezi gye tutaakolera.
What?
Yeah, mu COVID. And for me, one of my shops yali awo ku DTL Plaza, endala ngeri ku City House. Zona ziri ku Luwum. City House was Sudil, kizimbe kya Sudil, and Sudil is a no-nonsense guy. Mubatwaleko ekitundu, mukwate tuwaye tugende mukwatire ekitundu. No, pay all my money. So nembita mu kaseera kakali akazibu, I had to pay all the money. Gyali myezi nga 6, amaduuka g'omu town siga mitwalo 8. You know, eduka limu obaze notekako, you know, digwa million 2 emu 8 bwezi, you know, you're in 2 shops. You're paying for myezi 6 for one shop. At what that's a year. You're paying for a year. What are we paying at the next coming? So nechinkosa. I was like, let me first take these things. Okay, then I will pick after. I just thought of getting a place now out of that center of town. Nenga neka kasanti nachi. Nina contacts zange, ba customer bange bichi. But still it affects you in a way. If you have to come out to the city center, customer chimu kalubiza also grama tata tuseme chibuga ata avude mbali. Avude, you know, ata katanonyeze mutwale echirika. So it also affected me in a way. So I ended up now first opening up one shop, Echireka, almost center. Though it also did not stay long because of what I will tell you as we go on. Yeah.
So, Katezengoye, by the way, doesn't design change? When the design changes, doesn't it affect a business? Like, because you have to keep on upgrading, so no guriko, you know. Katela chobola mo business in a yo kupangisa engoye. You have to keep on the move. You have to keep on the watch. Kubanga trends zichi. I don't know if gowns. Maybe the traditional. Gomesi. Baga matwagala za mainjo wakagera no supplement za mainjo neka tuwala bi ya makula ya patches. Now we wonder for makula. Wakalete wezi ntale kati nedda. Aka tuwagala zili ko butala mwe bitete ibya rema. So you're always like
But the Chanyambanti, I had the money. So for everything that came on, I had the capacity to get on the plane, go and bring. Yeah. Kati olina okubanga you keep on ku trend okusigala ate nga creative. Noyiye ekyo nga tekiriyo. N'okiyiiya n'okyambaza omugole wo ate ne kikwatayo. And now you're the source until others now also pick from you. Yeah.
So how does our business start going down?
COVID nawe nkugambye.
Auntie, oli omukyala.
Kati mvaye eyo ngamba asantandike Chireka. I put up a shop. It was there Chireka opposite ne Shell. Anyway, strategized bulungi. Abantu balaba naye kati nga ndi used to pressure ya town. Sente za mutore za bulijjo ezo. At the end of the week, your balance is either 3M or 2.7 on. You know, the money is there. So I start slowly. Of course, my sentence is changing with the jungle. Though the rates, yali a bit lower. Naye omuntu akupangisako olugoye ewe chibuga. The same cloth mu kibuga we akupangisanga emitwalo 45. Bwakusanga ekireka. Akugamba nze nina 10.
Exactly.
Kuba bad despise. Wabanyi nti ebirungi byonna ebiri hot biri mu town. But you're the same person who was in town. Now you've only relocated. But your location affects your income in every way.
Wow.
Your location affects your income. When you know where money is, you just tighten your seatbelt and go to that place. Chavona abakyala babaje bavudde. Baveno mu byalo gye banditundidde ennyaanya kuba ku kyalo tuzirya. Naye n'ateeka musere n'agenda n'azitundira nakasero mu katale. Kubanga manyi nti sente zisigukaawo. So your location, bw'oba oyagala okuba nti n'okwata sente, noonya sente we ziri. Kale ba rent, naye ng'omanyi ky'ovuga nti mu maaso awo you'll triple it. So kale kya affected because nava mu the main business center n'enzira n'ebbali. So nebijja nga bintambulira bulungi. Kati ekyasinga n'okunkola obubi finally, because as I speak, business eyo ninga yagiwumuzzaamu ng'ogyeko bye mbadde nkunyumiza how it was earning me mu ngeri eri hayway nga out of control, like money is everywhere. I'm telling you, the money erimu sente, okupangisa ewe kulimu sente, because you will never eat your capital. You can't. Kubanga oli bwalutwala lukomyawo nalutwala nalukomya kati olugoye lwagula emitwalo 4. By the time you're putting it out of the shelf nga lukoze million nga 10. So I don't worry about eating all the money you've given me for this route. I'm sure. So that is how beautiful that business can be. Nekati wetukira okuba nti no ngamba kanjiwummuze notuuka ekirweke nti ekyatambula bulungi ne mbakomola gwe nafuna. I'll not mention her name because tuli ku public platform. No tamukola bubi. This girl came, nemukozesa. She was kama yebazibwe girl, you know. And because me, I'm a proud born again Christian. So she told me kama yebazibwe, I was like, now here we shall go. She's a sister in Christ. And me, I have a problem. When I trust so much. When I trust beyond. I can hand you over my business and it appears like it's yours. When I come, I ask you what I make because I trust so much. And maybe because the people I first worked with, Bali Besigwa. So I ended up being in that shadow. I didn't know this girl was like this. Now time came, you know, sometimes I'm out of the nation, sometimes I'm sick, you know, Malawi sister story mugwanga, you know, to one business ajikolachi, ajitambuza. Paka tembo ya tuka. I'm talking about 10 months. Mu miezi 10. Omwana oli mweyasulira edduuka. Mu miezi 10. A business I had sustained for 10 years.
Over 10 years.
Over 10 years. The time netuuka ngamba wakoze mmeka mbuze mami nayo emitwalo ebiri ku dduuka erijjudde with stock. Kati simanyi nakumanya netanga okusasula rent from my own pocket. Edduuka eryo yali eyimirizaawo. Naye partly I will not blame myself, but I think it's a piece of advice that I will give to people abapangisa engoye. Tetutrustinga nnyo bakozi baffe. kubanga business ey'okupangisa engo y'omuntu asobola okukubba and you will never know kubanga at the end of that day olugweyo ojja okitegeera. We have to make sure until no, at least you show up once in a while and abruptly. They shouldn't know. The cameras were installed. Kati sasa na mia de camera na trusting anyo mwana ate buli sawa siri bugwanga wendi wadde toliwo biki kati omwana najja nanziba. I'm sorry, we'll come out, but let's talk. We're going to what you would do.
That's the part.
I might you know to recording. You start with your face. One date, whatever is our book is and everything. Now I'm speaking this to my people who are in this very kind of business. These are red flags. You should know that the person you're dealing with is doing stuff behind your back. She would always write in pencil. Yeah, in pencil. Racho wandikanga mu pencil. Manti mami nzolusa ntibajja basaza amengo ye kati nga magezi gakola. Nti bwembanga, let me say I've come mu October. My function is in December. Naleta booking ambe wa mitwalo nga 10. Nga balance wa mitwalo nga 5. So she would write that in pencil ku date ya December. Kati nze basijjukira by December wetuke kuva mu October basijja kujja nti wano waliwo omuntu abukira ku date bweti kati otuweta balance oyo she would rub with a pencil so writings ziri neziba tosobola nti waliwo n'omuntu because if it is with pen oba okiraba nti n'ono omuntu yakoze yasazizaamu order if it is in pen ate n'okusikamu olupapula oba that there is a missing page kuba diary etambula dates ziri mu sequence. So now she would write in pencil and then later rub. Even when you're reviewing your books, you can never know at one way Charlie will.
Business owners, I think they should also have like where to write.
Yes, you should have where to write. Never think about Kugambie. Not trusting in your man or you. I blame myself in a way. I'm trusting in you, but still champion chokuiga. Obo lusina balala. They're in my very shoes. Nti business yokupangisa engo ye kyangu nnyo okukubba. Omwana bwebanga tobeerabirawo nnyo atwale abantu mpangisa engo ye because abakimanyi nti they have to bring them back for laundry at my home for her she will do the laundry at the shop. Namubuuza naye lwaki obeera ne sabbuuni ow'okoza engo ye olwaki obeera n'amabaafu kuki kuduuka anti mami nze oluusi ewaka mbeera nga ndi bize oluusi ntuuka leeti biki kumbe abazikomyango nga manyi kiri wiiki eno bamitaliwo ogenda kumala wiiki bbiri taliwo yafuluma eggwanga ng'abaleeta ng'ayoleza ku dduka ng'ayanika nze wenkoma osanga engoye zonna zitukula onesimanya nti yapangisa nako so at the end of the month nga bamanja rent kubanga yebitabo bya recording until she didn't get any money. So I began paying money from my own pocket until it got too much and I was like, no, I think let me shut down this business for the meantime. I reorganized myself. We are chasing time. We cannot speak forever.
But the good thing we have all the time.
So
you don't like that.
I don't really like it. To one level that try to go kwawukana.
Police mwagenda.
Yes. Police twagenda.
Nagamba atali.
Muwayiriza nze namisiza kubba biki and I just want to kukola obubi because tusigaza national ID zaaki z'abantu bano na people began calling me twali tukomezaawo olugoye bwoti ne checking the book but there is no record of this person being that lugoye. Kati nze nga ID zino ziina ne mu kitabo she was supposed to be writing the names ez'abantu n'engoye ze batutte. You just find one contact teliko and you're like, so you can never know this ID belongs to who now. She was so fishy, very fishy. She took advantage of my being in and out.
So there is no point where she admitted that Mama is on her.
Because me, I'm a very humble woman. I love people. She was confessing to a friend of mine. tize mami mumanyi kasoma akugamba n'omugamba story kiba kiwedde naye ku mulundi guno gye bako mami yali ampayiza nagamba sijja namugamba story so nze singa yangambirawo nti mami I'm sorry kubanga ze nali mbimanyi egoiza nzimanyi I know they are missing so tugenda ku police anyway good enough abankubiranga I would keep their audios back of police. I presented them to the police officer. Now this one. Now, she ended up being a fool of herself, making a fool out of herself. Actually, this is what was there. As it was even today, I could call one of my boys. Some messages there, discoveries from a friend of hers. But no friend would say that girl was a thief. So anyway, what we uncle got business in the closing amu. Era wabafunye hit weight your business yo kubidwa. Instead of you just pushing on right away, first stop and rethink, re-strategize. Olabate chozawo.
Kati zingo ezaliza sigalamu.
Jeziri waka na stock nene we tamakuti gali everywhere. Naye abantu abamu abali bamanyi it's open to anybody who would love to. Kubanga kati sichiri munyo now I'm trying to open up another business. Where we are right now. It's a barbecue lounge and a bakery. Programa chino chengo ni mana abantu kale nchizemu kubanga my skill is there. Nja kuchiddamu. Nja kuchiddamu naye mpola and more experienced now with more knowledge, with better ways of handling the employer will be working with. Yeah. So wakonjala soke malo developing hati chino and then nzide ya tewali.
Yeah, in your life of business, chicho single kubiriza abantu abagala otandika business. What's the advice you give them?
Abantu abagala otandika business, many people are discouraging nnyo abaana abagala otandika businesses. Ne babagamba nti okukozesebwa kubi. Being an employee, you know, we have a call business. Sometimes we take business. How do I relate with my boss? Boss, education will watch or you're business owner. When you're a business owner now, we're going to boss. We're not going to Bona boss wo nga akukozesa muteeko nyeriiso. See what they do that is positive, emulate that. But when time comes mutandise ekicho oba kino nange ndakikozesa. To know your weaknesses during that time. Ndono boss bana abagolera ki abagolera abakozi taba appreciating. By the way, a thank you is very small but it yields so much in return. It does. You come to your workplace, you know, once in a while, you know about thank you, never tipping. You motivate them to come tomorrow and even do better. You can work better. It is you who earns more. Never Roger. Both looking at the books and appreciating. Not yombera ekikopo kyachayi kyosanze ku kumpi n'oluggi. You know, no, you shout at everything negative and you never appreciate them for the positive. At the end of the day, she affecting their working. So, business number one, I would advise you. You learn something. Oyina byogenda okupiikinga yo byogenda okutandikiramu okukozesa when you now have your own business. Number two, tunulira nnyo abantu abali mu business of your interest. Bw'oba oli muntu agala okukola makeup, please avail yourself so much mu shop sales ez'aba makeup artists.
What products they're using.
What products they're using. Google came for us. Makeup, you go and they teach you. You can learn something from Google. Once again, when be around the circles, be in circles of people who are doing what you'd love to do. You pick ideas from them. Once again. And another thing, those who don't believe in what your interest is, please repel.
Based on you.
Don't discourage you out of your dream. Or a restaurant. You know, another person will tell you that was you. Everybody has their own blessing. So just keep yourself around people who are positive about your idea, who will support you.
So I don't know if there is any question that I haven't asked Rachel. And I will jumble that one. See more comments, please go down below and comment and tell us what you like about Rachel. But Rachel, before that, Langa business CNA and PR, so that we can support Rachel and genuine customers, please.
The new business, it's a barbecue lounge and a bakery. So that is very catchy. Packaging, you know. Then I believe that the Lord is gonna make it for me. Mutungo being a Margaret Grant. My place again, Bridal barbecue lounge and bakery. It's gonna be a BBL. So I'm very sure my customers run what they will test, they will run for every day. Yeah.
You shall be coming by and seeing. So unless you have anything else to say, but guys, thank you so much. Till next Friday. See you. Subscribe, like, comment, and share this video. I know you've learned a lot. I know I've also picked up a lot. Please don't leave empty-headed. Yeah? Okay? See you guys. Bye.